Hi guys, welcome to Rawzone.com. This is Mohit Soni. Right in front of you is the BMW 3 Series. Earlier we test drove the diesel version. This time we have the 330i. And what does the 330i badge signify? That it's a 4-cylinder petrol. Last to last generation, when we saw the 330i badge, we always presumed it's the 6-cylinder one, but we're not getting 6 cylinders anymore with the normal versions of the 3 Series and the 5 Series period. What we're getting is 4-cylinder petrols and diesel engines. And as you can see, this car, this is the 330i in this lovely looking grey shade. This is the M Sport version that we're driving here, so it gets bigger wheels, which you can see here. These are 18-inch wheels slapped on to very premium Michelin rubber, and that is the bumper here. Since it's the M Sport, it mimics the M car, so it gets that 3-part bumper here. Those are the grills, normal size grills for now at least, and those are the traditional headlamps with LED DRLs. The round one has now made way for something like this. Nice power hood can be seen on as the bonnet here. Again, very good looking car. It's got the right proportions. It's got a good set of looking wheels. What signifies the 3 Series is this rear. It gets these very Lexus-y shaped LED tail lamps here. The overall rear just is sort of a ducktail design, if I'm not wrong, or if I'm getting it in a different way, because the way it comes out, it just feels like it's got that duck nose layout. So to open the boot, you have to unlock the car, then you press the button as always, and as you can see, there is my bag. And that's the kind of boot space you get here. Not the best amount of space, but what you do get here is storage for some stuff here and a space saver wheel, which is very important for our market. BMW started including that in cars in India, so that's a great move. Overall, a very handsome looking 3 Series, as always, well proportionated car. It doesn't look out of sync anywhere. Front to rear is balanced out really well. You've got a good amount of glass area this time around. The car is pretty low, as always. I think this time it feels even bit more lower, and in this very specific M Sport trim, because of the bigger wheels, it's been lowered even more, so it does look very sporty. Let's get inside the cabin, and yeah, that's the cluster like. Let me close very heavy doors. That is the LCD screen, which can be customized in this way. So it's in Eco Pro mode right now, so you can see it as blue. Once I press comfort, it goes into normal orangish color, and when I go into sport, it gets the white and red thing. Now let's keep it that, but I like to tell you that you can control most of the features from this button here. So you see right now is what the kind of fuel I've saved while driving in Eco Pro mode. It shows that it's 16.9 kilometers in terms of fuel economy. That's 0.0. That's the current consumption. Sorry. Once you press that button, you can see this. You can see the power and torque being used. So that's how it is. That's the G meter. Along with the phone, if you connect here, it will show here. And yeah, that's the Eco Pro, and that's the button. We are in P right now. If I go in D and drive, so it will go to D. And if I go into reverse, you have to press the unlock button on this side to actuate everything. Yeah, and that's the big screen over there. It also gets a whole host of features. You can customize the screen to show you media or navigation or sport displays like how I have here. But just to change that, all you have to do is press on this. You can have anything you want, a compass, and you can add things like this. Then go back again here, and for that side it's media, it's permanent. Now again you have to press this button, and you can have driving information if you want. And yeah, that's it. That's how you see the kind of whatever you want to select, you can select. Everything can be accessed from here as well. So once you press home button, you can see you have those 3 screens. And once I move the dial here, as you can see, it shows me everything. I go into settings. You can choose everything. There's a whole host of colors to choose from in terms of brightness, colors, and multicolors. There's a lot of colors to choose from for a car which is the entry-level sedan from BMW. Usually a lot of colors are reserved for bigger models in the same portfolio. That's the driving mode. You can Sport Individual and Eco Pro Individual basically means that you can have the NC. As you can see, it's got gesture control as well, which I'll tell about you in a bit. So you can have you can set it accordingly if you want. Let's say the sport mode. Let's assume we go into sport, and if I want to keep the transmission in comfort, I can do that. So that's a pretty individual settings that you get. It's always great for expert drivers and track drivers to get everything right. Yeah, that's what everything is all about. You can control it from here as well. You can go into media, or you can go into comms, and yeah, let's go into radio. So that's how the radio is. You have the volume control here, but it's telling me to do something. So that's how you control volume, and you can change tracks or the radio station particular in here. I think that takes a bit of time. I've been doing this, and this part works as you can see. But if I do something like this, it takes time to understand. But what it also has is voice commands, something that is new and quite hot in the car market right now, which is you say something and it tries to help you out with the command. So let's let me show you how you do it in the BMW. Hello BMW.
Hello, what can I help you with?
I'm feeling a bit hot right now.
Try it one more time.
I'm feeling a bit hot right now.
Please retro, say help.
I'm feeling hot right now.
Alright, I reduced the temperature by 2 degrees Celsius.
Yes, and as you can see, it went from 24 to 22. And if I ask other commands such as call somebody and the other commands that were visible over there, you could ask that as well, and it will let you know. So it's not a gimmick, it works something really well. The more closer you are to the mic, it will hear you better, and that's a great thing. What you can see here is the center console, very well finished in this material that has been used. And here you go, that's the wireless charger. My phone is there. It's not equipped with wireless charging, but that's the USB port there. 12-volt socket, 2 cup holders, electric parking brake, auto hold. You can change the driving modes from here. You can keep some stuff here. You can charge it here as well. There's a light here as well. You've got this support, under thigh support here for both front seats, and everything looks really great. Sound system is pretty good. It's got good bass and it sounds really good as well. Very high quality, very good cabin. It as always eliminates all the road noise and wind noise and traffic noise really well, so you feel very comfortable in this car. You'll be doing 80 and you feel like you're doing 40. That's the kind of comfort is on offer with this car. These seats are extremely supportive. They are adjustable electronically, and that's the kind of stuff you can keep here. That's the new knob. Those are the sanitizers that you'll see every day. Let's get into the back, where I will sit in my own driving position and show you very good knee room, decent leg room. Pretty much nobody can sit in the back except for very small kids. They do have a good base here to sit along, but it's best that you keep very small kids or small adults or adults for a very short period of time. That's the AC. That's how it is. That's to keep stuff. Let's show you the armrest. Opens up like this dramatically. This time around you don't have in this car the access to the boot from here. What you get here is the very quintessential Indian market friendly sunroof. It's quite a large sunroof. It's not a panoramic sunroof, but it's still a very large sunroof. Adjustable headrest, seat belts for everybody, ISOFIX mounts at the back, and overall a very nice cabin to spend some time in. You can be comfortable and relaxed because the seat here is reclined rather well, so you can have a good comfortable time at the back. Got enough glass room to not feel claustrophobic. And in terms of features, like I told you, it gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all the connectivity options, Bluetooth, steering mounted controls, cruise control, voice commands, and the iDrive system, which pretty much has everything. You got a sport display, you got all the driving information you would ever need. And now that we're done with the inside and with the features list, let's discuss the most important part, which is the driving. How it's like to drive, what's the engine? Well, we have the 2-liter 4-cylinder motor making 250 bhp of power and 400 newton meters of torque, which is quite a lot, and that propels this car to 0 to 100 in just 5.8 seconds, and that's very fast. That's almost sport car fast. The moment I got inside this car on day one, I just couldn't get around handling the power and everything, because it's quite peaky in comfort mode and it's extremely peaky in sport mode. And if you put the gearboxes also in sport mode, it almost entirely responds like a sports car. This is your budget sports car that you are always looking for. 250 bhp, rear wheel drive, fantastic automatic gearbox. It shifts up and down in any mode, comfort, sport plus. It just does its job really well. It's very quick, very sharp, very smooth and very flawless. You don't realize the gear changes. It's an extremely competent gearbox with every single BMW. This also does the same. It does a fantastic job. NVH levels are downright superior. You don't hear the engine while you're driving normally, but when you put it in Eco Pro mode, it's even more silent. When you put it in comfort mode, you can hear it a bit, only if you are driving it a little bit more quickly. But when you put it in sport mode and match the throttle in the carpet, it bellows, and the kind of exhaust note is just intoxicating. Obviously most of it is also pumped through the speakers, but it is very intoxicating. You can be addicted to it as well. You can just keep on flooring it just to hear the engine. The best part with BMWs is always the fact that they are great engines in terms of performance, NVH and fuel efficiency as well. So if you drive this car carefully, you can get 9 to 11 kilometers per liter, or maybe even more. In our driving conditions, we've been getting 8 to 9 kilometers. I think that's fantastic for a 250 bhp motor. It is one of the best engine gearboxes on sale right now in this particular price bracket, which is around the 40 to 50 lakh rupee mark. I think if you're looking for a budget sports car or an entry-level sports car, I think this could fit that bill just right. It will give you the entry into the 200 plus bhp segment and show you how it's actually done. In fact, BMW does offer this engine in the Z4, and that says a lot. Obviously in a slightly different tune and everything, but that says a lot that it's got enough performance to thrill you, even with a 4-cylinder. Handling, as always, very brilliant. It's great over the older version. It was a bit on the softer side this time. It's stiff. You've got fantastic suspension all around. Ride quality is very good. For a car of this size and this performance, obviously you do feel a bit of underlying stiffness is always there, but the harshness, there's no harshness at the bottom end, so you can go over spot holes and broken roads and it won't be entirely transferred into the cabin or will shatter your spine. It's got a very good balance. If it had adaptive suspension, I think it would have been even more good, but this is the best you can expect from the 3 Series. It does the job really well. What I also think is the steering could have been a bit more feedback rich. Obviously it's very precise, very light. It weighs up on the highway decently well, but the feedback and the getting heavy on the highway could have been a tad bit better. Apart from that, absolute great fun to drive. It touches illegal speeds in absolutely no time. Thank God it's got a very loud speed warning alarm, which will always notify you, and probably you may not even realize that you're going that fast, so those warning lights will keep you in check. That's the kind of fun you can have with the 3 Series here. It's a nice, pretty, well loaded in terms of features. It's a good looking car. It drives really well. You can commute in it, you can go to a racetrack, you can do those weekend trips. It's got sufficient ground clearance. You can do anything with it. If you aim to do everything with it, you can do that. That's what the 3 Series has always been about. It's been about practicality. It's about being an all-rounder. With this new 330i, BMW has taken the case even higher and delivered pretty much the absolute best you can expect from a car of this size and price. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure you like this video. Still want to ask us something, put it in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you and goodbye.